So this is Imerys Aluminates Limited. We're over in West Thurrock in Essex. We make calcium aluminate cements here on site. We don't have a quarry on site like some of the other Mineral Products Association members. So everything is brought in by tanker and leaves site by tanker or in curtainside taut liners. So we identified that we had some work at height risks, and we'd managed to find solutions for all of them. But the one we hadn't still find a solution for was climbing on top of tankers.
We didn't have any safe access to the tops of the tankers to be able to access the full length of the tankers and all of the pots. We had a mobile access platform which would give you access to one pot but not all of them, and apart from that we were either relying on the handrail on one side of the tanker or the drivers wearing a harness when they're on top of the tankers.
So we wanted to try and find something that meant that essentially they didn't have to work at height, and we could try and do something. And the system we found was a box system with a cage, so the cage could be dropped on top of the tanker and they could work safely on top of the tanker and essentially not be at height, so there was nowhere really way to fall.
So we identified this platform as a solution. We wanted a platform that would lower and raise off the backs of the tops of the trucks to give a safe full working platform across the entire length of the tanker.
So what happens on site, the drivers will arrive on site, and if they need to climb on top of their tankers, either because they're coming from the continent, we inspect all our drivers coming from the continent, and we inspect all the tanks, mainly because in 2020 we had some clandestines in the back of one of our trucks, which was a real event here on site. And so now all the trucks coming in from the continent, we inspect them before we do anything with them to make sure there's no tampering on the truck and to make sure no one's inside. So we needed a system that we could get on top of the truck. The driver will arrive, he'll go to customer services, a customer services representative or production, if it's a production truck, will escort the driver to the top of the tank, and he will basically inspect the tank and allow the driver to access the tank safely and control the system for him.
We can have any size tanker in Europe come to our site, so we needed to make sure it catered for all lengths of tankers. So we've got the move-in gate. We then move that to the end of the tanker, so that we don't have a full risk there either. We also have a pretty simple key exchange interlock system installed on there, so they cannot come off the platform with it lowered, so they're not able to drive off and take the platform with them.
So the feedback so far from the drivers has been very positive, and personally it was one of our biggest risks we still had, and I'm glad that we managed to find a solution to take away this risk.